Welcome, welcome. It's Tony Underwood Music, and it's Thursday, so we're going to sing some. And I know I've been promising you to do some new music, but I've been lying. No, I do have a couple of songs, but I'm not going to sing them for you tonight. They're just not there yet. They're a little different, each of them a little bit different than other things, so it's taken me a little bit longer, so I want to make sure I get them right for you. But it's a fine Thursday evening in Central Florida. It's beautiful weather. It's riding weather. I rode my motorcycle to the music school and did all my lessons. And so I was looking forward to playing you some new music. But alas, it is not to be, not for tonight anyway. But I will have some of those for you here soon. I'm not going to say when because I keep lying to you and I'm not going to do it. So I hope you're having a good night. We're going to do something a little bit, hopefully it's special. I'm going to sing you some opera arias. An aria is just a song. Some of these I think are not from an opera. The one is just was a pop song of the day. But the thing with this is this really taxes the tenor voice, and I'm getting old. So you might get a few screeches up there. So sit back with your popcorn and have a big laugh. So I'll do the best I can. And I hope you enjoy this. It's a little bit different. You know, don't nod off to sleep. I always hated opera when I was a young lad. Hated it through high school. Was involved in music and sang a lot. Really didn't like it in college. After college, I'd take it or leave it. But then I studied it and really like it because it is very beautiful music, and there's been a lot of songs written. Actually, I should do that. I should do songs based on opera. And there's what's called an art song, which is a pop song that they may have done 200 years ago, 100 years ago, and so forth. So the first great recording artist was the great Caruso. He was a tenor, and people were simply would fall over at the sound of his voice. Now, people falling over laughing at the sound of me, but that's how impressive it was. People didn't hear other voices, and so few people could listen. There was no amplification. So, but he would zip in this newfangledy thing called, it was the old cylinders, the Edison cylinders of wax cylinders, and they had a little needle would dig in ridges and things, and then when I was rewound and played, turned, it's like a record, but instead of a flat disc, it's a cylinder. It winds around. And he would come in. They did it in a hotel room, and they didn't have room for drums, so they put a guy with a typewriter in the closet. And if you ever hear, you can hear he's doing different keys if you know what a typewriter is. In the olden days, typewriters were how we made letters appear as if they were printed, and it's a mechanical device. It had little keys you would press down, and it had levers, and it would strike a ribbon or something with ink on it, strike through that, and it would strike the page, and there's your letter. And if you made a mistake, you had to do the whiteout or the eraser. It was really a pain, but that's the way it was, and he would use that for that. And Caruso would cruise in. He would be warmed up and ready. They would set for the sound. They might start the song just to get the sound. It was a big horn, a big huge horn would take his voice in and give it to the little thing. He would sing the song once and get his check and leave, and that was it. And he did that for several songs, and so he was the first superstar of the recording era. I don't know how many records he sold, but it doesn't matter. It was the record because there was nobody before him. So we're going to try this. Hopefully you can hear everything. My voice will hold out. It's good to see everybody. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll be killing myself here just singing, so I don't know. I will try to. Hi, Kylie. Hope you like opera. We're doing something different today. It's not always opera, but here we go. We're going to start with O Sol Mio, and we'll see what this sounds like here. Oh, we're already queued up. Here we go. cosa naterna de sole, n'aria serene dopo una tempesta, e l'aria fresca pargiana festa. Che bella casa naterna do sole, Maria tu sol, più bello è, o sole mio, stan fronte a te. O sole mia, stan fronte a te, stan fronte a te. Quando fa notte o sol se ne me viene che se una malinconia sotto a finestra tu arresta via. Quando fa notte o sol se ne scende, ma non del sol, più bello è, o sole mio, stan fronte a te. Sole mia, stan fronte a te, stan fronte a te. All right, and you might have heard that song. Pavarotti and the three of his people did that all the time. I don't know that that's from an opera. That perhaps could be. This next one is definitely from an opera, and we've got to cut out the ads here because they will ban me. It's always funny every once in a while I get a little something new. You've been banned. I'm like, okay, well, what did I do? This is from the opera Rigoletto. This is La Donna Mobile, which is beauty, mobility, this very facile lady, how beautiful she is, and so forth. Now, I think these are all Italian, and this is a singing Italian language from the probably late middle 1800s. I'm not the best Italian singer, so give me a little help there. I used to have a wonderful teacher. I've had many wonderful teachers, but Richard Owens was at Rollins College and a singer, just sang everything forever. And had an accompanist. Gosh, I know her name, but I can't recall it. I'm getting old. Maybe I'll recall it in a minute. Jan Rodriguez. And getting something past those two, man, it was like just getting pummeled from Mike Tyson of language. They'd go, no, Tony, it's and I would go, and they'd go, no, say, and I'd go, and they'd say, no, it's and I'd go, and one day they'd say, no, it's and I'd go, and they'd say, you got it. And I wasn't really sure what I had. But my gosh, Richard has passed on. May he rest in peace. He was a fantastic person, and Jan, I have not caught up with in a long time. But anyway, I'm kind of stalling a little bit because these aren't hard. These aren't easy pieces. So we'll try this one. La Donna Mobile. You'll recognize it, of course. I know. Told you to recognize it. La donna immobile, qual più mal vento, nuotare a cento e di pensiero, sempre un immobile, leggiadro viso, impianto in riso e menzognero. La donna immobile, qual più mal vento, nuotare a cento e di pensiero, di pensiero, di pensiero. Che sempre mi sarò, chi a lei s'affida, chi le confida, mal cauto il cuore, pur mai non sentosi felice piano, chi su quel seno non liba il more. La donna immobil, qual piuma il vento, mutare cielo di pensiero. Di pensiero, di pensiero. All right, there we go. You can tell I'm getting a little weak on the top end, but hey, I'm here. I'm bringing it to you 24/7. I'm here. Whatever I got's on the plate, and you get it. That song, the intro to that, they give you a boom, boom, boom. I could never get that intro. And another very well, Robin Parker's at Seminole State College, was Seminole Community at the time. She could tell I was getting upset. She said, "Tony, stop, I have to tell you." I said, "What?" She said, I never play that with just one of those intros. She said, because you can't get into it. I always do too. So we hit it off from then on because I knew she was an accompanist that knew about singing. And she gave me, we did two of those. Boom, 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 boom. And then, done, I would come in. So it makes it pretty good there. So anyhow, let's see what else we got. Here's from the same one, the same opera, Rigoletto. This is Questa o Quella. I always loved this song and sang it any chance I could get. It's a toughie too. But this is the lead sings this. The Duke of Mantua, who is kind of a Casanova. And he's in a bar, which at the time a bar was like a gathering place where everybody ate, had lodging, had business meetings, drank, But someone is asking him about, he's seeing some other people's wives and things, and shouldn't be doing. He's a bad boy. He's a rogue. And this song, Questa o Quella, means this one or that one. It doesn't matter. One woman interchanges with the other. I love them all. And he says, if the husband is there, I can only shrug my shoulders. What can I do about it? But I don't know that would go over well these days. But you have to remember, this is play acting. This was, the movies of the time. So it was just something to think about. I'm not saying that I'm authorizing it. Anyhow, here is Questa o Quella from the opera Rigoletto. I'm trying, my high end is going quick, but I'm doing the best I can here, so. Questa quella per mi sono a quantal, tre d'intorno mi vedo, del mio cuore l'imperra non c'è un meglio ad una che un'altra beltà. La costoro avvenenza il qual dono, di che l'ha fatto di migliore la vita. Soggi questa di torno gradita, forse un'altra, come non lo sarà un'altra, forse un'altra, come lo sarà. La costanza tiranna del corre detestiamo, col morbo crudele. Sol chi vuole se serve fedele, non vuol morno se non v'è libertà. Da mariti il geloso furore, degli amanti le smanie rira. Anche da ragazzi cenacchi di sfida, sei me poglie, una qualche beltà, sei me poglie, una qualche beltà. All right, well, that didn't go so bad. I love that song. It has the same high note as the one before it, but it's a little easier to sing because you kind of glide into it. Well, it's easier for me to sing, let's put it that way. I'm not going to say what other people are doing. And like I said, please, and if you have comments on my pronunciation, I'd love to hear it. I have not sang these in a long time, and I usually really need some help to get everything exactly right. Sometimes an E is an I and an I is an E, and never the twain shall meet. And some double consonants you pronounce hard, like pizza. Others you pronounce soft. So, modern Italian is not this. This is different. This is vocal Italian from 150 years ago. It's a little different. So anyway, here we go. And also, let me just share with you, I'm not an opera singer because, to sing a song, an aria, sing a couple arias, okay. Sing 4 or 5 on stage, that's good. An opera, that's a totally different thing, especially for a tenor, because, man, you're killing it. You're singing notes most professionals crack a lot of times, and it's just a nerve-wracking, and it kills you. It's like going out and just screaming as loud as you can for 2 hours. It's tough. I can't do that, especially at my age. It's not the age though. It's the mileage, and the mileage is up there too. But anyway, here we have a fun song. This is funicular. It's called about a It's a funicular. You can look that up. You can Google that. A funicular. Cut off that thing, that ad. A funicular is a cable car. That takes you way up. You've seen like a ski thing, but it goes up the side of a mountain. And there was in Italy, Mount Palermo, I believe, is the mount. I'm pretty sure that's the one. They got together, the town, and built one of those. And you got to remember, people have never been more than 4 or 5 feet off the ground on a ladder. A few people have climbed a tall tree, and that's it. This is the first time people were able to see the land miles around because it went up to the mountain. So they asked this composer, I think it was Gaetano was the name, to compose a song to celebrate and to advertise this funicular. And he did. And it became so well known in the time, and now people sing it. People have kind of thought it's an opera song or something. It's not, but it is kind of a fun style, and it is a classical style. But it is fun to sing as well. So we're going to try this. Funiculi, funicula. gonna try this. Jag ser när någon i nämmen är så glättet du säger då. Allas du korn och grått och kvid i spätta formen på. Vadå, la folk och kotche massa fojet till Lassestad. En under korra prets och en strotche svlega dag. Ja, men koppa, jamma, ja. Ja, men koppa, jamma, ja. Funiculi, funicula, funiculi, funicula. Jamma, jamma, ja. Funiculi, funicula. När jag modellerar la montagna med passo c'è se vede Francia, Prosecco, Spagna e becco te gratte con la fulminito fatto ci va se va come la ventola si tratto je salve sa koppa jamma ja, ja koppa jamma ja, funiculi, funicula, funiculi, funicula, jamma ja, funiculi, funicula. Se ne saluto, ne nu saluta la cappaga. E giunta perdonata poi venuta sta seppaca. La capa votta votta torna torno torna a te. La corra canta sempre notte all'orno spessando me. Koppa jamma ja, koppa jamma ja, funiculi, funicula, funiculi, funicula, jamma ja, funiculi, funicula. Funiculi, funicula, funiculi, funicula, jamma ja, funiculi, funicula. There we go. That's a pretty song. The problem with that is they have some background voices that are pronouncing things correctly. So there's a couple times you could tell, oh, you missed that one. Oh well. All right, we're going to try this one, Nason Dorma, which is probably should have done this up first because this is a toughie on the old vocabules. But we're going to try it, and that last note's pretty high, and if it just falls out, I'm apologizing in advance. Just know you're getting everything I got tonight, because these are not easy songs. I probably should have done one less. Okay, this is from, what is this from? It's Puccini. I'll think about it in a minute. It's from, I'm trying to remember what this is from, and I can't do it. We will. Turandot. I knew I would get it eventually. Turandot's quite a little bit of a crazy opera, but it's worth watching. Okay, here we go with this Nason Dorma. Nessun tu porra principessa nella tua fredda stanza, guardi la stelle, tremano d'amore, mia di speranza. Ma il mio mistero è qui sei me, il nome nessuno saprò, no, no, sulla tua bocca, l'onderò, quando la luce eri il mio bacio scioglieria serenio e ti fa mia. Tramontane stelle, alba vincerò, vincerò, vincerò. All right, well, that was quite the song. I'm proud of myself for making it through that one. That's a toughie. So there you have some opera songs, and expand your horizons a little bit. I will be back next week. I'm hoping to have I've got 2 new songs that I want to share with you. I haven't even finished them yet. They're just in the process. But one is kind of a real heavy, has a lot of heavy metal guitar. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's just got a lot of rock guitar in it. And the other I'm going to do more beat-like, with all the new stuff you youngsters are listening to. I'm going to try to do some kind of different with it. But anyhow, that's the story. That's where I am. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Try to say my viewers. I know my viewers. I was going to try to say hi to somebody, but I'll tell you what, I have no skills at all. All it says is your viewers. Can I say something to her? Okay. Anyhow, here we are. I hope you're having a great time. Listen, if you believe in those things, go get your vaccination and wear your mask and think of your fellow human beings. You don't have to, of course. That's up to you. But we'd like to have you around for a while and not have you killing off the rest of us. But hopefully you have found a way to cope with this COVID madness and the shutdowns and the bring-ups and the money and, all that stuff. Hope you're doing well. If not, please talk about your problems with people close to you, your friends, your relatives, people in your circle of concern. And if they won't listen to you, those people won't listen to you, I always say, go get you some new people. Use this time to connect with people that have similar interests as you have. If you love puzzles or Sudoku, what is that? Is it Sudoku it's called? Sudoku or books or Harry Potter or Star Wars or just whatever. The old Dungeons and Dragons, Fortnite, get off Discord and actually meet up with them, or get on a Zoom call or a call and just talk and talk about things, and take time to learn something. Learn to play the violin, learn to play the guitar, take some voice lessons, watch some of those movies you always want to watch. Do all the things you've said, I wish I had time. Well, you have time. Do it. And I hope you're doing well. Sometimes you're not doing as well monetarily, and don't freeze. Make the change you need to make. Listen, I tell people, especially a lot of kids, I have music school and dance school, and people are wanting to succeed. And I'm like, live in that garage for a while. Take out the trash. What's the big deal? Take out the trash and all that. Go to the school they want to pay for. Go for it. There's nothing, you could go to any school. There's nothing that stops you from painting or dancing or playing an instrument or learning coding, whatever you want to do, while you're doing something else. And I submit that learning something is just a matter of having a plan and doing some work. And if you're working 80 hours a week and not doing well in school, something is wrong. And look up my blog, Quiz the Music Man. I talk a lot about that, on how to defeat that. Send me a message. I'll be glad to do a blog and tell you all about it. It's not a big mystery. It's a tragedy for some, because you just don't get anywhere. Years go by. I've had people come in their 50s and 60s and say, I've wanted to learn this song forever. I look at the song and I'm like, well, how long have you been trying? Well, I took piano for 4 or 5 years when I was in high school or in grade school or whatever, and off and on. And I'm like, okay, this piece, if you know how to read music, if you know where, I don't know if you can see, if you know what the notes mean and things, you can learn this in about 3 months, putting in 20 minutes 3 or 4 times a week. And they look at me like I'm some kind of fool. And then I show them how, and they look at me like I'm another kind of fool, because they don't believe it. And if you get them to do that work, it works. And the more you do it, the quicker it gets. So the first song might take you 3 to 6 months. And if you think that's a long time, that's no big deal. What were you doing 6 months ago? What are you, got cold fusion figured out? What are you doing? Brain surgery? What? I know some of you have been inventing the COVID vaccine and ways to treat it, so I'll leave y'all alone. But the rest of you, so maybe it takes you 2 years. Who cares? You've been trying for 40. So you learn that song, and then the next song is shorter and so forth. And then it'll be to where you can pretty much read as quickly as you want to. So anyway, that's my soapbox for tonight. Get out there and get you some of this life. It's the only one you got. And have a great weekend, because don't matter where I'm at, I'm having a good time. People walk by me, well, you're just sitting there. Well, what's wrong with that? They say Christ went out in the wilderness for years, or however long he went, I don't know. But there's some kind of time gap there. Some people go just on a walk, nature, draw, music. You might like to do woodworking. You might like to fix cars. Get you an old clunker, put it in your garage. You don't want to get the neighbors all upset. Go around the neighborhood, say, anybody got an old car that don't work? I'd love to take it and I'll fix it. Get you a car from the Craigslist or something and have it towed to your house and put in the garage. Learn how to work on on cars. That's a good thing. Learn how to work on guitars, fix them, build them, all kinds of stuff you can do. So anyway, there you have it. I really hope you have a great week, and I hope you like my blue lighting back there. I'm trying to do some colors and different things. So this is Tony Underwood. Please share my music with your friends. If you don't like it, you can laugh at it and have a good time playing it, like Mystery Science Theater 3000, which they're bringing back. If you think it's for old people, you got old people in your life, send it to grandma or your uncle or other people or somebody living in the villages or in a condo somewhere. You can find it all over the place, Tony Underwood. Now, there's a tuba player out there with the same name. That's not me, but listen to his music too. What's it going to hurt? Play it for yourself, sleep by it, play it for your pets, your plants, And I have a big YouTube channel, Tony Underwood Music, and I do a lot of covers. Send me some requests, and I'm here every Thursday night. Send me a request. I'll do you a song. I might even do a contest and write somebody a song. How about that? If you got something big coming up in a few months, maybe I'll do that. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great time. Thank you all out there. Thank you, Kylie. I think you're new, Kylie Beth. Good to hope you like the music. We'll do some regular music you'd hear on the radio next week. But anyway, so there you go. So peace out. We'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.